Hello boys and girls, welcome back to my channel. My name is Piper, and today we're gonna go over not one, not two, but 3 BoxyCharms, because I'm always behind on everything, apparently, because that's how I roll. And we are also not gonna go through 1 or 2, but 3 Ipsy bags. It's way overdue, and we're going through October, November, and December of 2017. So I do apologize because life gets in the way, and that's kind of what happens. But I wanted to show you what I can create and come up with all of the stuff from all the boxes and the bags, and see what you think. If you're a regular family member, I appreciate all of your love and your support, and thanks for waiting for new videos to come out all the time. And if you are new, thanks for joining. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and be up to date on what's coming out and what's new. So without further ado, let's get started. Hello boys and girls, welcome back to my channel. My name is Piper. Today I'm going to go over some much needed things. So I am 3 months behind, about to be 4 months behind on both my Ipsy bags and my BoxyCharm reviews. It's just kind of been crazy, and then I got sick, and then family was in town, and then Christmas, and working so much. So, you know, that's just life, and it gets in the way. So I am going to do a get ready with me kind of thing, and it might be a little bit longer than usual, because what I'm going to do is use all of the products from both the Ipsy bags and the BoxyCharms from the last 3 months. That means October, November, and December of 2017. So here we are, we're gonna wrap this up, and it is going to conclude 2017, and I'm gonna talk about the best things of all those things. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. So first and foremost, I want to tell you that yes, I am very well aware that my cat ears are on backwards because they're for Christmas, but I love them, so I'm going to use them because there's no foundation in any of these boxes or bags. So for me to use a foundation today, I'm going to end up using some samples that I got from Sephora. I got the Naked Skin 1.0, 1.5, and 2, and they're all the same on me, really. And then I also have one that was a Lancome that I got from Ulta, a bisque color, which is kind of too dark for me. So I kind of go with those rather than some things that I have. So you can kind of get an idea of what's going on with that. I have kind of ventured off within this last couple months from primers. The reason for doing this is because since I have noticed over the last year that I'm getting these wrinkles on my face in odd ways, because I guess I was never really in the sun very much. I've really been taking a lot of care of my skincare, so I haven't had the need to use primers. But for all purpose sake, yes, I do have some moisturizer on that I have from Clinique. But for today's purpose, this is from the October Ipsy bag. I'm going to use the Becca Fast Light Primer. It's illuminating. And I actually don't mind this thing. I'm sure I didn't look at the price, but it's not that, I'm sure it's pretty expensive. It is Becca. But what I will say is that I actually really like it. I'm not a big fan of illuminating primers really, but this one is really nice. It's not too, like, apparently I can't get it out. It's not too in your face. So, I mean, clearly I look like a unicorn. But we're going to kind of rub it around and go from there. So it does give you clearly an illuminating glow, and I used to be really, if y'all have watched me from the very beginning of 2016, then you know I'm not a big huge fan of the dewiness and glow, because I feel like it makes me look weird. But since I've been using more moisturizers, I find that it's probably the smarter thing for me to do since I have dry skin. And probably even more smarter not use any foundations, because I've never really been a true lover of foundations anyway. But I find that I have used more foundations just to try them out to see if I found anything. And I have actually found one I love a lot. I ordered it, and unfortunately they sent me the rest of the package except for the foundation, so I was like, whatever. guess I don't need it. So anyway, so you can clearly see the glow that this gives me. It smells really good. It smells almost like, what is that, blueberries or something? No, it's like a candy. I don't know. It's like Pez or something. That smells really good. So that was part of my October Ipsy bag. Another thing that I got from the October Ipsy bag is the Marc Anthony Hydrating Coconut Oil and Shea Butter. It's for your hair, and I actually really like these if you're doing curly hair. The problem that I had was this year I kind of burned off my bangs, so I don't do my hair curly right now, and because that was not planned. I did something somebody else recommended me to do, saying it was faster, and it wasn't. It went bad. But the bangs are actually cute. I just can't do my hair curly anymore. So this was good up until then. Other thing that I actually got from that same October bag, which is the Spellbound bag. I almost couldn't find this, but it's because it's been on my mirror. And it talks about the leaves have turned, air is cooler, nightfall starts a little sooner each day, and everything feels enchanted, mysterious, and different. So I actually really liked this card, and like I said, it was on my mirror. But I guess a lot of people would probably be really excited that the Urban Decay 24/7 all-nighter glide-on eye pencil in Perversion came in here. I'm not a fan of these. I think I've talked about it before because it comes off on my contacts, and then it's like one thing after another trying to get it clean, and I can't get it off, and it's like, ugh, I don't like it. So two different concealers. One of them was in my October Ipsy bag. It is called Hey Honey Trick and Treat. It is the cream concealer for normal to dry skin. And I like it, but I don't find that it's full coverage, but it does the job really nicely. And then another one that I got was in my December Ipsy bag is by It Cosmetics. It is the CC Plus color correcting full coverage cream. It's got SPF 50 plus in it. It's for anti-aging, and it's hydrating system. This is one of them that I got as well. And I actually like this too. But it's not my favorite one. One of the favorite ones that I got that is actually from the Sephora bag that I have that I'm no longer going to be getting is the It Bye Bye Under Eye Illumination Full Coverage Anti-Aging Waterproof Concealer. This little sucker right here. You will see me in the future use this. This is the bomb diggity, and I am kind of sad that I have to say no to Sephora for right now. I need to catch up on the holidays. But anyway, for today's purpose, I'm going to use one under the eyes and the other one on my lids, so you can kind of see how it wears. And I'm still using what was in the bag. So this one's going to go under my eyes, so I will hang on to this till later, but this one we can do for eye primer. It's been kind of an eventful year. I proposed to my significant other jokingly with a orange flower, the kid's orange flower, and he said no, the ring wasn't good enough for him. We ended up getting kind of promise rings. His was really nice. I wasn't a huge fan of mine, but it matched his. But you know, anyway, what I found was jokingly upon the way of Christmas, what do you want for Christmas? He got me an engagement ring. So he actually proposed to me in front of my family for Christmas. So if you have not seen it, it is up on my YouTube channel or around here somewhere. So yeah, it's been an eventful year so far. Yeah. Okay, so one thing I am not a huge fan of with this concealer is when I do put it on my eyes, I can definitely feel I'm getting warmer. Is that weird? So I get warmer, and it's very odd. So yeah. It's not a burning feeling. I just feel warmer. So that's kind of, I don't know. It's not something that I would go ahead and repurchase. I know I said I was going to wait to do my face later, but we've already primed and I'm already kind of moistened. So we're going to go ahead and do my face and then set it later. So this is what this looks like as well. It is a little yellow for my tone, but it actually smells really nice. I don't know why or how a concealer would smell nice, but I don't know about y'all, but I'm not a fan of the Tarte Shape Tape. I've had it, I bought it, I was going to do a video on it, and then I was going to take it back, and I was like, well, I'm not going to take it back until I do a video on it. And then I got busy and I never did a video on it, so I'm kind of stuck with it now. I'm not saying it's a horrible thing, but one thing I don't like is that it definitely settles in my creases, and I'm not a fan of that at all. And I never really worried about creases up until this last year. It's been very weird. I mean, it's like my life has changed completely. And this is a clean, pure sponge. It is slightly damp. Anyway, I am nice and glowy. I still feel like I have not found a good enough concealer that will cover me without looking cakey, and I'm not a fan on the cakey, so I'd rather be a little bit more dewy looking than anything else. Foundation next, so I'm going to mix all these colors together, and we're going to kind of go from there. I have used a brush in the past to put everything on, and I find that with these that are a little bit more liquidy or whatever you want to call it, they don't go on as smooth with the brush. So. And I've been trying to do what everybody else does, because I did the quick way and just kind of rub it on. I don't pat it in. But apparently you're supposed to be patting, so we shall be patting today. And see how that goes. I look completely silly. But I've been putting this off for so long because I've been busy, and it just looks like I have so much makeup on my counter. It's like, it looks like I could have makeup for years and ages, and I got to get it done because all these boxes just sitting around, and it's kind of quite ridiculous. So I'm like, ugh, let me just get it done. Even if it's not perfect, you know? Ugh, the fan on. So, anyway. I don't know how I feel about this blotting thing. Now, Urban Decay, this one is more natural. It doesn't really settle in, like, it's not full coverage. I want to try full coverage, but I wasn't able to stay that long. The lady gave me 3 samples of the different ones because she couldn't match my color exactly. And then when we thought we had a match, they didn't even have it there. So, and it was closing time, and I was like, you know what? Never mind. Just forget it. Okay. So, clearly, I can't have a line, ladies, and I am super dewy. Whatever's going on with this is uber dewy. So usually what I've been doing to set my face has been using either the NYX HD finishing powder, this little sucker right here in this banana color, or I have been using the Bare Minerals Mineral Veil, which the original Mineral Veil, which is the bomb diggity, by the way. This thing is so awesome. It's $20 for the bigger one, and eventually I'm going to get some. So I'll just show you what the Mineral Veil is. I think I got this again from a Sephora play bag, which is a hit and a miss for me half the time. So that's why I had to cancel. I'm like, you know, And then I'm just using a Luxe Precision Foundation brush, a 660 right here. And I'm going to dip in a little bit and kind of set what's going on up in here. Okay, so I'm probably using too small of a brush for this whole situation going on right here, but this is what I've been doing lately, just to get it done. Okay, So that's as far as I'm going with the mineral veil. I'm still kind of messing with it. I'm not an expert. And I have been just trying to mix up my routine anyway, because let's face it, the creases and the creasing, I'm not a big fan of. That's what's been happening. And no matter what I do, I've still been getting the creasing. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. Okay, so the last thing that I usually do to set my face, I usually don't use that much powder, but is the It Cosmetics, the Bye Bye Pores, this right here, the pressed powder. I got it, was the last thing in my October Ipsy Glam Bag. And at first I was like, well, I don't have big pores, so I don't really need it. But if you can kind of see here, I use it quite a bit, and it's really good for being a very slight and light powder over foundation that isn't cakey. It's like a translucent powder that just works really well. And I find that it doesn't make your foundation cakey. It actually is less powdery than if I used the mineral veil, but I thought I was running completely out of this stuff, which again, like I said, I think I'm going to go ahead and buy some more of it because I like this so much. It's just really nice. I don't know, I'm trying to jump on the bandwagon of doing my lips a foundation color, and I'm not liking it. So yeah, we actually covered everything in the October Ipsy bag. So I've been using the Rimmel Natural Bronzer right here, the Sundance. I've been using this for a little bit to try to do something lighter during the winter months. And then I thought about using this Real Her Be Fearless, Be Limitless palette that just came in my December BoxyCharm. It is a blush kit though. Not sure if this Unstoppable color or not would be considered a bronzer. So I'm going to be using my Real Techniques sculpting brush per the usual. So yeah, it definitely looks like a blush. So that's not going to be a possibility. I'm going to put that back. Then knock that off and bronze away. Now I'm not I'm not perfect at bronzing. Most of the time I just kind of try to kiss my skin. Clearly some of it is a little overdone, but I find that once I start getting on my forehead, I'm like, oh, I need that. I need color. I have all these tanning things that I need to do. I don't need to. I still have 10 tans, spray-on tans from like 2 years ago. It's like, they never expire, but I don't ever go. I don't know. All right, so we're going to move on and talk about eyebrows. Wow, that was so difficult. So for eyebrows, the only thing that I have gotten from all of the boxes is this Tarteist mini brow pencil. It's a mini crayon in espresso from the December Ipsy Glam Bag, and it looks a little something like this. I actually like it. It comes out, is it a cat hair? Whoa. Comes out like this. Kind of see what it looks like. And it's not too light where you don't feel like you're getting any pigment on your eyes, but it's not too dark either. And I don't like overdrawn lashes. I mean, eyebrows. So I like the idea of subtle and just adding a little extra to it. And I also like the fact that if you mess up, it's not a huge thing. Now, y'all all know that I am a huge fan of the Brow Gal powder. I have not been using for a bit now because I keep getting other brow stuff sent to me. And I don't mind trying new things, but that Brow Gal stuff, Whew, it's intense, but I really like it. Sisters, not twins, by the way. So anyway, I don't know about repurchasing, because I just don't know, but it's nice. I actually don't mind it at all. It's a good product, and yeah. So we went over 2 things that came out of the December Ipsy bag. So this was the December Ipsy bag. It looked a little something like this. And I mean, they didn't give you a lot of... They gave more stuff this month than in November. November was only like 3 things, which I don't blame them because you get a really awesome blush. But these are 2 of the things that you got in the December Ipsy bag. You also got a face cleanser by the First Aid Beauty like this. And I actually really like this too. It's a really nice face cleanser, but I mean, it's really expensive. So it's not really my go-to. What I will also say is the other thing that came in my November Ipsy bag was the same brand of the First Aid Beauty, and it was the Ultimate Moisturizer. And I have attempted to get some more of this stuff, but it's expensive, and they had holiday deals, and I didn't pick one up because by the time I kept trying to find one in the stores, they were all sold out, and I was trying to find one online, and it was just, eventually I'm going to get some more of the moisturizer because it is really, really awesome. I like that. Okay, so let's get started on our eyes. And to do our eyes this day, I'm actually going to use something from the November BoxyCharm. So this was the November BoxyCharm, which is sweater weather. Okay, and it came with several things in here. You have a Cover FX setting spray, which is an illuminating setting spray, and I actually use this all the time. It is really, really nice, by the way. Its retail price is $31. And then also in here is KNC Beauty collagen lip masks. So they're like this, and 3 of them is $15. I got 3 of them for $15, and I'm just gonna show you how weird. So do you ever play with those little things that you get from the machine, and you can, like, the little sticky things, and you throw them they're like hands? That's what this is. Okay, it's usually a little bit more plump than this. I used it a while back, and now it's like dehydrating. My lips aren't that big, and you're supposed to hold them on there for 15 minutes. It's really annoying, and it doesn't work. So it's one of the oddest things I've gotten, and clearly I have 2 more of these suckers just sitting here. Supposed to moisturize and hydrate, and it's just too annoying for me to care. Anyway, I got this Luxe Beauty Quad Eye Travel Set. Now, I have so many Luxe Beauty brushes that I use all the time, so this travel set was kind of neat. It looks a little something like this. Okay, so you have several different ones, and of course 221T, I guess tiny, or travel, 213T, 207T, and 227T. So I usually like the angle brushes to do the top side of my eyes, and then I can kind of play around. I guess this is supposed to be one of the blending brushes. We're going to try them out. I'm going to use them. We're going to go with it. All right, so the last 2 things in that November BoxyCharm, actually, since I'm talking about it, I'm going to use the palette for my eyes today, is the Winky Luxe Kitten palette. Looks a little something like this, BoxyCharm, and it's super cute. I mean, you can't deny how adorable this is. And then it opens up, no mirror, but you have these beautiful colors here. It's in Per, Duchess, Strut, Cat Eye, 9 Lives, Holographic, Boots, Cheshire, and Romeo. So it's just really super cute. It just says on the back, it was inspired by a velvety feel of our feline friends. These ultra soft shadows glide on like a dream, and their universally flattering collection of shades make this palette as lovable as a kitten. It's supposed to be highly pigmented, holographic, matte, satin, and glitter. And this retails for $25. And I'm in love with this palette. I really, really enjoyed this palette quite a bit. So we're going to use this today and play around with the colors. And then the last thing in that November BoxyCharm, while I might as well be here, is the, I can't even say it, Laqa & Co. Cloud Lips. The price is $17. It's supposed to be a matte lipstick that provides full coverage, but feels as light as a cloud. And it's supposed to really stay put. One thing that I know is that it looks so much darker than it really is. The color is Storm, and just go with me here. This is the color. Does that look like, I'm not gonna lie, this is really, really awesome. I mean, I've been looking for regular lipsticks rather than liquids to kind of venture out and do some different things. So that is an option for one of the lip choices that we have throughout all of these things. So that's the rest of that November box. So without further ado, we're going to keep going and working on the eyes. All right, so we're going to go in with this color right here, which is called Strut. And okay, so we're going to try to use these. What's really cool is there's not any kick up, so it's nice. I've used this several times now, and I actually really like this palette. The brushes help a lot to be able to fade and blend quite perfectly so far, what I'm looking at least. Now there's another, let's see, who was it by? What's this other one I got? Naked Cosmetics. Now I've had one of these. I don't know if any of y'all have the Ipsy bags, but I've actually gotten one of these Naked Cosmetics in the past. I forgot what the color was, but while I'm doing my eye makeup, and we'll talk about this one. This is what it looks like. And it's the other one that in the past I liked, but it was very, very light. I mean, you can see it on my finger. And then I'm going to swatch it here. It looks very pretty, don't get me wrong, but what I found throughout the rest of the day is that it fades very quickly. It does not stay. It's one of those pigments you would need to put like a glue on top of or whatever it is. That came in the November Ipsy bag. It is one of the things that came in that Ipsy bag. So back to what I was doing. Like I said, nothing else as far as eyeshadows really came out of any of these bags, and that's okay. I don't know about y'all, but I'm an eyeshadow freak. Like, that's how it all started for me. I never really got into foundation. I didn't like how it felt because, I mean, I live in Texas and it's hot already, and just I touch my face a lot, so I kind of just stick with what I know, which is the, you know, those powder foundations, and if it comes off, it comes off. If I want to touch up later, then that's what I do. I touch up later. So I don't know. We're gonna use this little sucker right here and fade. Now, you've probably noticed that I haven't done this in the most exceptional recording because my other phone is full, and I'm in the works of getting a real camera or something else that I can use for editing. See what this looks like. That is Strut. The next one is what I'm going to use on my brow bone, and it is called Duchess. So very light. Good for my skin tone and my color. This one right here in the corner is more of a metallic, and it is called Purr. I really do like this one. It sticks out. It's called Holographic. So we have Holographic, which is very beautiful right here. Then the next one is called 9 Lives. This blue right here. 9 Lives. Doesn't take much for that one. And then the last one is Cat Eye, I believe. Yes. So it is a gold. called? This gorgeous burgundy color right here called Romeo. Then we have Cheshire, and then Boots. So Romeo is this metallic burgundy color, which I'm always a fan of. And then we have this purple matte color right here. And then this chocolate Cheshire color. Now, I don't know about you, but it's a little powdery. These are all up my alley. I mean, how gorgeous is that? I mean, it's just absolutely stunning to me. So what are we gonna go with today? Well, I feel like we need to use this pink, right? Should we do some blue? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like we should have some fun. So we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna go into the purple on the bottom right here, this Cheshire, and go on the outside. I really like these little brushes. Yep, I'm a fan. I do see that some of this is not sticking very well. I wonder if I use my finger. Oh, clearly that worked a little bit better. Okay, that's what I was going for. Did not build up very well, but remember I set it with a powder already. Okay, let's try it over here. I feel like I'm losing my lighting again. It's like the story of my makeup life. Get up, do this early, right? I don't know. This matte is not going on top of that other stuff, so let's try to use this other burgundy. No, you know what? We're gonna deepen it with the Cheshire dark. Let's do that. Oh man, that one's pigmented. Hello. You don't have to dip in very much. Clearly way pigmented. Is going back in with one of these other little brushes with the original color that I had and just kind of clean up the fade at the top because that's how I roll. Make sure it's not harsh and it blends well together. That's what we want to do. So on the lid, we said we were going to use the pink. I know y'all probably want me to use this holographic color right here. You know what? Let's do that. Let's do the pink for an inner corner highlight, and which the pink is called Per. And then on my lid, we are going to use the holographic. So I'm going to try to use, I'm just going to use my handy dandy finger here. That's where I'm gonna do. That's how I'm gonna roll. Cause yeah. Do you ever find that you use your finger a lot more than usual on makeup than some brushes? I mean, I feel like sometimes it's like the only way to go. I haven't done a get ready with me in a long time. This is very buttery, by the way. So if you're not prepared, really should prepare yourself. It's not as holographic as you would think. I mean, it's beautiful, but some of the new, I'm flipping you off. Some of the newer eyeshadows I've been trying out lately have a lot more holographic tints to it. So yeah, with that said, anyway, okay, so what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and take this color right here called Duchess and put it on my eyebrow line. Blend. That's kind of how I roll. I always do that because it does does change things. I don't know. Makes it much better usually. Fades. Blends. And then I think what I'm going to end up doing is this gorgeous blue right here in the middle called 9 Lives. I'm going to line my lower lid with using this flat little brush here. Very pretty color, but you can still rock it during the daytime. There's a point to my madness. Just gonna take my kabuki brush and wipe away the excess powders. Alrighty. I think that will finish my eyeshadow look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take this brush that I have. I'm not even going to tell you where I got it from. It's supposed to be Anastasia Beverly Hills, but it's not. It's a knockoff. Okay. And what we're going to do is I'm going to use the pink purr and put it in my inner corner. And we'll see if that's going to work with a brush first, just so you kind of have an idea if it works. And it does. It does work with a brush. It is doable. And you can see all of this powder is starting to settle weird on my face. But see, here's the thing. I know people do that, but what I usually use is either my pointer finger or my pinky. And we've already swatched, so let's do my pinky and use my pinky to do the inner corner highlight with the pink, which is stunning. We're just all gonna agree that that's stunning. It's really the way to go. And I think what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna take that same brush that wasn't that grand, right? And I'm going to do the highlight on my brow bone with it. Okay. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is be done with that. I'm done with this palette now. We're gonna put that away. And the next thing that I'm going to move on to is eyeliner. So I've gotten several eyeliners. I already told you about one of them from Urban Decay. I have also gotten one more, and it is from Smashbox. It is a gel liner called Fishnet, and it's a little something like this. Now, it reminds me of my Rodial. I actually recently broke it. My Rodial Smoky Eye Pencil. This is my all-time favorite. I love it. I think it's like one of very few things that they carry that is makeup line. Anyway, this is very, 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 very close to that. So I've been using this on my lower lash, but I do not have a liquid eyeliner that I've gotten recently that I use. And I have always use my e.l.f. liquid eyeliner for the top of my eye. So I'm going to stick with that for today. Find that the felt tip ones don't go on as much, and sometimes you have to be really careful because the liquid eyeliners will bleed, especially if you've already put your inner corner highlight on. This one I have to be careful with. It wasn't my favorite for the longest time, but it is my go-to now because I've gotten so good at using it and I haven't had any major problems with it. But again, you have to be really careful with your inner corner highlight. If it's in abundance or very metallic-y, it's going to make the liner bleed. So that's what I use for that. So the next thing is I'm going to actually use the Smashbox eyeliner for my lower lash, and you'll see exactly how amazing this is. Well, let's move that first. Ugh. Okay. Ugh. Just, ugh. Amazing. Look how amazing that is. Ugh. So good. I believe I looked into the Rhodial one, and it was like $40 something, I think. I could be wrong. At one point I looked into it, and it was so expensive. I was like, oh, I'm gonna make this last. But this can't be as expensive as that. And I like it a lot. It doesn't last as long, but it is amazing. The last thing on my eyes is mascara, clearly. Okay, duh. Now I have several mascaras that I've tried recently. Now there's two. So in the December BoxyCharm, there is the Tarteist mascara. Oh, I'm just throwing shit. It looks a little something like this. And I find it to be really good, but I don't know what the deal is, but for some reason it's a little goopy, and I've gotten it in my contacts like twice. And I thought maybe it'd be user error when it happened, but then it happened for a third time, and I'm not sure if that's this or not, but I actually like it. It's good. I just don't like that problem. The other thing in the December Ipsy bag was the MAC in Extreme Dimension 3D Black Lash. It's this little thing that I got to try, and it looks like this. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's weird. It pokes my eyes. It's too big, and I don't like it. So, not a fan, but we will use the Tarte one. Okay, so what I like about mascaras, I don't like mascaras that have too big of a wand. I'm not a fan of that. Because I have little bitty tiny lashes. Yeah, so not a huge fan of humongous ones, but I'm really picky. Some of these smaller ones aren't good, and just some of the mascara in general. The formula isn't very good. Now, I usually think that this is an okay mascara, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be repurchasing. So I've done the right eye and the under eyes with the Tarteist mascara. I am going to show you one more that I got from my Sephora bag, and it is a Marc Jacobs mascara, the Velvet Noir Major Volume Mascara, and it looks a little like this. And normally these are too big for my liking, but if I believe correctly, this is okay. I made it work, but not a huge keeper. So with that being said, let's go back over some of the other things that should probably be covered next. What am I missing? I'm missing blush. All right, so here's the deal with the blush game. So I've showed you the Be Fearless, Be Limitless, Real Her blush palette, blush kit. I'm going to show you some of the swatches. I think my cat just got in my closet. So this one is Fearless. We're going to put it right here. Fearless. Then we have Limitless right here, and then Unstoppable is right here. So clearly you can tell me trying to possibly do it as a bronzer was not a very good idea. So we have a gorgeous pink color. We have a kitty right here in the way. This is more of a coral color here. And then you have a deeper terracotta color for right here. I really do like these. We can kind of stick with this today. If we want to go with making the eyes pop some more, we could go with the pink. Or, now that was in my December BoxyCharm, or go with my November BoxyCharm, which is the Tarte Amazonian Clay in Fiesta. It is a 12-hour blush. And I'm not going to lie, I have not reached for this one very much. I don't know what the hype is about Tarte, but it's not like, it doesn't stick to me for like, I don't know. So I don't know what the problem problem is with that. But these are the colors of the blushes that I have. It looks like I'm almost drowned out, so we need a little bit more pink. I don't know. I don't want too much glow. I got pink glow going on. Let's do the Tarte one first. And I'm going to use the Crown blush brush that came in the same bag from that month. And I'm not gonna lie, it's very harsh. So it doesn't have a lot of give to be much of a, I mean, it's very prominent. So you'll see. See what I mean? This is not really how I like my blushes to go on. Just seems a little intense. Okay, so that's the Tarte with the Crown brush, and we're gonna put that one down. In the December BoxyCharm, we have another Crown brush, which is a blush brush. This one is much more softer than the other one, and we're gonna go with the, which one was it closest? The brown one, okay, the one we were going to bronze with. So this one clearly has a little bit more kickback. I don't know if you've ever had baked bronzers or eyeshadows or whatever. That's what these feel like, the baked kind. So I've not been a fan of this brush. I don't understand the brush really. But I guess technically I could have used this as a bronzer. Doesn't quite match, but it is very close dupe of the Tarte Amazonia Clay. The brown is very, very close. It's very close. Okay, so those are the two blushes I'm going to use for today. And I'm going to tell you the thing that I do next, which is probably what most people don't do. And I take my CoverGirl Get Ready With Me Gorgeous in Fair. And I know this is probably what I should never do, but I blend. I blend and set. This is how I roll, y'all. This is how I end up so powdery, I'm sure, but hey, it works for me. And I like it. But if you notice, when I do underneath the eyes and I blend that in, it makes the shadow in the corner blend so well. And if you've overdone your blush in some way, it will blend it out. And that's really the #1 thing that I like about this. The only thing is you gotta be careful not to bring your inner corner highlight too low, because can screw that up real easy. Okay, the only other thing is you may have to go back and touch up your wing, which with this awesome Smashbox, I mean, you could in 2 seconds, seriously. Done. I mean, absolutely done. Okay, so that's that. And what is last? The last thing is going to be highlight and lipstick, of course. So the highlight, do I even have highlight? Yes, I do. I have highlight. So in my October BoxyCharm, which was the Spellbound, this is what it looked like. We got the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed Powder Highlighter, and it's in the color Prosecco Pop. For the longest, I was like, is this the color? I'm not sure if this is the color, but this is what the Becca highlighters look like. And you open them up and absolutely stunning. So it'll look a little something like this. And we're going to do a little swatchy poo up here. Oh, now, y'all know I'm not a huge gold fan, but that's pretty gold. And we're going to use it today. Sad part is I did not get any real highlighting brushes except for the last thing I got out of my December Ipsy bag, which is by this SL Miss Glam L36 brush that looks a little something like this. And I wouldn't use something like this for highlighting brush, so, but I'm going to show you what it looks like. So we're just going to swirl this around up in here and just apply. Clearly, so it really does work. Now here's the problem that I have. When I smile, now you can see all my wrinkles, and I don't like it. Anybody know a trick for that other than not using powder? I'm down to listen. So, again, I've been wanting to bring it down here because when you're facing someone, it's really nice to see that pop right there. I just wish I still didn't have the under eye problem. So I always have that darkness. It just drives me nuts. But anyway, so what is my review on this highlighting brush and the Becca highlighter? I'm a fan. Now I look like I had some fun with a unicorn. Excellent. All right. Okay, so there's only a few things that I did not actually cover, and one of those things for the December BoxyCharm, which was Glitz and Glam, looks a little something like this, was the Bella Pierre Cosmetics Pro Concealer Palette. Now, if you followed me on Instagram, if you followed me on Snapchat, then you've noticed that I have used this concealer palette, and I'm not a color corrector person. And honestly, I've never been able to see how any of this works. And maybe it's because I don't cake my makeup on. Maybe it's because I don't use a full coverage foundation. I don't know, but I'm not a huge fan of this little sucker right here. And that was the last thing from that, besides this lovely Pretty Vulgar lipstick. So the lipstick color is My Lips Are Sealed. And again, if you followed me on my Snapchat, then you'll know that I have used this before and I have swatched it several times. So let's do it this way. This is the way it looks. It is very, very pretty color. Can you see it? Can you see it? And now I have it on my upper arm. Sweet. Two other things that I did get that I have not talked about that I might actually use. Not sure. So, okay, so we're just going to go with this. So from my October BoxyCharm, I did get the Jonteblu lip pencil, the lip pencil liner in Spice, and it looks like a this. So we're going to use it. So I can show you. Now, I'm not a big lip pencil fan. Never have been, but the ones I like, I usually just end up using them as a lip color. Like filling the whole thing in. Because, let's be honest, I got a little obsessed with the whole liquid lipstick and Jeffree Star stuff, and I still love chapstick. Okay, so I do have, also from the October BoxyCharm, is the Tarteist lip paint. This color is Salty. Now, I've tried their lip colors before, and I find that they're super drying, and I'm not a huge fan. I'm sure a lot of you are probably going, what? Give it to me. Well, here you go. This is what it looks like. And it's a nude, and I've tried nudes, and they just don't really come off very well on me. So that's what that looks like. It's a pretty color. It's a pretty color. And we're going to put it on my lips, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So, okay, I'm not going to lie, these two together look really good. but clearly it does look drying. So I'm not a huge fan of that. The only other thing that I got in my October BoxyCharm that I haven't talked about is two of them. One is a dirty little secret right here, which I have used their eyeshadows in the past and I really like them. This is a eyeshadow crayon. It's in the color Illusion. It looks like this. Little janky because I've used it. So it is a very nice, pretty color. If you're going to put that on your lids, it is a very pretty color. I actually really like it, and I've used it before, and it doesn't crease that bad. So if you want something really fast to put on your lids and it gives you a little bit of a color, this is really a good way to go. I actually like that, even though I don't use it all the time. The other thing that I did get from the same box was the Dr. Brandt PoreDermabrasion. Now I've had the other one that he has, and I've told y'all it smells like lemons, and it's just weird because if you use it in the shower and then you try to take a bath the next day, it's like you have sand in your vagina. But anyway, the same kind of texture with this one if you've used the other one. They run pretty high, I believe $50 to $80 or something like that. I don't have pore issues, and I don't know if you could tell, but half this bottle is gone because my other half, my fiance, does actually have big pores, and he uses this very often. Will we repurchase? Probably not, but it did help him when he's been using it, so I am a fan of that one. And those are the last ones from the October BoxyCharm. And I've showed you, and I've also showed you everything from the November BoxyCharm except for two things. And, well, I've showed you, but I'm going to show you on my lips now. So I'm going to use this dark color that we had right here, and I'm going to put it on top of what I have. Well, not yet. Let's do this. Let's do the Pretty Vulgar one because it's in the same color. This is the last thing that I had not shown. So it is kind of a gloss. It's a weird applicator. So gorgeous. How rockin' is this? Ugh, I am adoring this. So the last thing I need to do is my cover effects and set everything and go from there. One thing I don't like is the pump. I feel like it goes everywhere and you don't get it on your face. Question. See, now it's in my hair. Do you know pat it down? Because I feel like my little hairs on my face stick up. Did I cover everything? No, I didn't. There's only one more thing I did not cover, and it was in the November Ipsy Bag, and it is this Deep Moisture Mask by... Who is this by? Clark's Botanicals. So this stuff is super soft, and oh, that's a cool green color. I didn't even see it before. It's a moisture mask that you put on your face for 15 to 20 minutes. You leave it there, your face and your neck, and then if you want to use that as a mask. And then as a moisturizer, you just use sparingly to cleanse skin. Now, I haven't actually used it on my face. I know I've had it for a while now. I kept forgetting about it. But I used it earlier today on like a part of my face, and it's very moisturizing. I honestly don't know how much this costs. I will probably link it below and try to tell you about that. But wow. And I didn't realize till just now it is a teal color. I mean, how cool is that? That's pretty awesome. So that's it. I covered everything. 3 Ipsy bags, 3 BoxyCharms, covered a bunch of other things, showed you what I do and how I've come up with everything. Tell me what you think. So, yeah. If you are not a part of the family, please like and subscribe. Please stay up to date for my videos. I know this one I'm really behind. But I'm going to try to be, that is my New Year's resolution, be on top of it, get it done, and have them out there for you. If you are part of the family, thank you so much. I love you, and I appreciate every single one of you and every single second that you watch me. And if you're new, welcome. Don't forget to tell people about me. Tell them I'm awesome. Tell them that you rock, and I will see you guys later. Bye. Hello, boys and girls. One thing that I did want to cover is trying this lipstick that I have by Cloud Lips or whatever this is right here. I forgot what it's called now. But I want to tell you that it is very creamy. It is very, very creamy, but unless you use like a lip liner pencil, and if you try to use the actual thing itself, you need to like way overdraw your lips, because apparently this is the thing to do. It just looks like trash to me. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Alright, boys and girls, that is it. I just wanted to double check in with you guys and say that I tried to redo the lipstick of the Cloud Lips, and I'm just not a fan of it, so yeah, I'm gonna have to drop that altogether. The idea itself seems like it would work, but it was not something that I will be doing again because it's just a bit much. So yeah, I'm just not a fan. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye!